2022 City of Broussard Council meeting. Please silence your cell phones, and if anyone from the audience would like to make a comment on an item listed on the agenda, please fill out a blue card at the back of the room and turn it into our city clerk. Each speaker will be given a maximum of 5 minutes. Please rise for the pledge. Councilman Gary, would you lead us to the prayer?
We, the members of the Broussard City Council, beg of thee, Almighty God, to enlighten our minds so our work will be just and fair in all things. Give us the courage and strength to fulfill our duties according to the laws of the land, and fulfilling also thy holy will on earth and in heaven. Through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Item 2.1, acceptance of the minutes of the June 14th, 2022 council meeting. Do we have a motion to accept?
I move.
The minutes were supplied in the council's packet. Tina, do we have any public comment?
No public comment.
Council discussion?
Question.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
at large.
Yay.
Motion carries.
Mayor, before we start, I'd like to amend the agenda to add resolution number 718-22. And I believe that is to salvage a 2016 Ford Explorer.
Thank you, Councilman Gary. The next item refers to the 3 cars being salvaged, one of which was left off of our last agenda, so that this police vehicle needs to be added before we can get to the next item to salvage all 3. So we have a second from Councilman Bonan.
No public comment.
No public comment. Question. Thank you.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4, District 5,
Yes.
District 6, at large. District 1,
Yes.
motion carries.
So on this item, it is resolution number 718-22. I want to read aloud the model and VIN number of the vehicle, just to put it on the public record. It is Unit B-12, 2016 Ford Explorer, VIN number 1FM5K8A R6GGC67538. Mileage of 71,263. Is there any public comment, Tina?
No public comment.
I got a question. Are we
Yes, sir.
donating this car to do something?
The next item does read that if the council approves, 3 police cars will be donated to the town of Dusson.
This one too.
No, this is separate.
It is a separate item.
This is separate. This resolution is separate from the next one. Yeah, this will go to do something, but we have to salvage it first. Who moved?
Yeah. To clarify, it is being donated to Dusson, but it must be salvaged first. And it is in the list in the resolution, as Councilman Delahousie is pointing out. Is there public comment, Tina?
I don't have a motion and a second.
Second.
Is there public comment?
No public comment.
Council discussion?
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
at large.
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
motion carries.
Item 3.1, resolution number 716-22, a resolution approving the active donation of 3 police cars to the town of Dusson Police Department. Do we have a motion to approve?
Second.
Tina, do we have public comment?
No public comment.
Council discussion on this item?
Question.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
at large.
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
motion carries.
Mayor, just a clarification, just for the
Yes, sir.
future minutes. The 3.1 would have moved up for the one that we introduced for the salvage. So I think 3.1 on the old would become 3.2 and 3.2 become 3.3 for the agenda items.
That, if that is your legal advice, we accept it?
It's a matter of.
Stating it is
Right,
clear enough?
Exactly, right.
Okay. So the next item would be 3.3. Is that correct?
3.4. No, 3.3, I'm sorry.
3.3. Resolution number
This one.
712-22, a resolution accepting the dedication of a roadway and authorizing the mayor to execute an acceptance with Veron/OCF Broussard Leasing LLC and Mare Investment Properties. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
The resolution is in the council's packet along with a diagram of the piece of the road that's to be donated. Tina, is there any public comment?
No public comment.
Any council discussion? And just for David, I'm sorry, Councilman Bonet?
We spoke about this road and it's gonna be used by two businesses. Who's gonna pay for the resurfacing or
When we accept the donation, it would become the city's responsibility. The road is it is the very beginning of the road.
it's not constructed now?
It's a concrete driveway,
Correct.
so I don't think we'll have that much of an issue.
Just, marking and,
It will become the city's liability on all aspects of it. The city is
but it's hard surface
also,
right now.
it's hard surface. It's been there for a long time. It was part of the old weather facility. But the city is also moving in a direction where a turn lane shall be added to the light to ease traffic off the road. So it's going to become part of our complete program, but it separates traffic from these two businesses. But the question is valid and it will be our responsibility.
And Mayor, just because he's asking, we had looked at this a few years back. Somebody wanted us to maybe take the whole thing. And that thing was built, it was built for heavy traffic. It's like 10 inches of concrete, I think. It's extremely well made.
Ray, about, connecting it to that industrial subdivision in the back of it, but that's not in the plans.
Well, it becomes a private road, so we are only accepting the front at the red light. And it all makes sense. It's our red light, it'll be our turn lane, and we want traffic to ease in out of the new restaurant that's gonna be there, and we are just separating. It was all for one owner before, now there's multiple owners, so we're accepting a road that, in good faith, that we can keep up to make sure that these businesses can function and not get stepped on by each other if there was a road problem that didn't get repaired. Any further council discussion?
Question.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
at large.
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2.
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Ordinance number 22-733, an ordinance adopting an amended operating budget of revenues and expenditures for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2021 and ending June 30th, 2022. Do we have a motion to adopt?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Is there any public comment?
No public comments.
Any council discussion? And Brad and Burton Cole are still here if they want to answer any questions for the council, if you have any questions for them.
Question.
District 6,
Yay.
at large.
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2.
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5. Motion carries.
Item 4.2, ordinance number 22-734, an ordinance adopting an operating budget of revenues and expenditures for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2022 and ending June 30th, 2023. Do we have a motion to adopt?
Make a motion.
Second.
Yes, sir.
If they so choose, they can say at this time.
Before.
Adopted, subject to the change in basic.
And is that correct, Oscar? You would agree from our legal counsel? Okay, thank you. That's a council decision. Is there any council discussion?
I make that motion as said.
I'll second.
So, Oscar, this vote is on the amended? Okay.
Restate the statement. I'd like to propose that we add the 3% for the police department and the mayor. Police chief, sorry.
And I'll second.
Question.
At large,
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6.
Yay.
Motion carries.
So, Oscar, the budget has now been adopted with the changes, or that was a motion to bring the change into the budget?
Okay.
So it's.
We don't have to do anything.
We do not have an additional vote. It's adopted as changed. Okay, thank you. Just making sure. Item 5.1, ordinances for introduction. An ordinance annexing certain properties located in Section 9, Township 11 South, Range 5 East, Lafayette Parish, Louisiana, being known as CL Real Estate Jacob Lusby Annexation, located at 1302 Young Street in Voting District 5. Do we have a motion to introduce?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
The map for the annexation and the ordinance was supplied in the council's packet. This is off of Young Street, LA 92. Tina, is there any public comment?
No public comment.
Open for council discussion. The map is now on screen.
Question.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
at large.
Yay.
Motion carries.
Ordinance number 22-739, an ordinance annexing certain properties located in Section 95, Township 10 South, Range 5 East, Lafayette Parish, Louisiana, being known as the Margie L. Gerard Collin -1 annexation located at 325 and 327 North Gerard Road and 101 to 199 odd numbers Shenandoah Drive in Voting District 1. Do we have a motion to introduce?
I make a motion.
Second.
Again, the ordinance and the map was located in the council's packet. This is off North Gerard Road in Broussard. Tina, do we have any public comment?
No public comment.
Council discussion?
Question.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
at large.
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
motion carries.
Item 5.3, ordinance number 22-740, an ordinance annexing certain properties located in Section 95, Township 10 South, Range 5 East, Lafayette Parish, Louisiana, being known as Margie L. Gerard Collin -2 annexation located between Garber Road and along the north right-of-way of Ibex Lane. No address has been established yet in Voting District 1. Do we have a motion to introduce?
I make a motion.
Second.
Tina, is there any public comment?
No public comment.
The map and the ordinance are in the council's packet. This piece of property is off Garber Road. Council discussion?
Question.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
at large.
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
motion carries.
Other business, item 6.1, condemnation report of 307 3rd Street, Jerry McComb property. Mr. Bentario, our code enforcement officer, is here tonight. Welcome, Ben.
Good evening. So I've actually made a couple of site visits. I spoke with him. He had a list of things to do. In these pictures, he hadn't quite completed everything. He did, however, get all the pine needles off the roof. He has repaired a sewer stub out that was broken from an old shed. As you can see, it's boarded up and the back building's boarded up to prevent any vagrants, and he has the trailer up for rent. So it is habitable. He has made progress. Everything I've asked him to do, he continues to keep going, moving forward. I think Councilwoman Rocca's satisfied with the progress that's going on.
Yeah, if he's shown to do everything that Mr. Cooney and you have recommended to him, he's, you know, it's taken him a while to make good on what we recommended for him to do, but he has done it. So, I mean, I don't see any reason to.
Do you feel satisfied with the progress he's at today, or are there other items that he has not completed yet?
No, I'm satisfied. That building, like Ben said, is boarded up. No one's supposed to be able to get into it. I mean, obviously they can if they really want to. He's advised Mr. Terrio that he'll keep an eye out, a closer eye out, if there's any complaints for us to let him know. So, I mean, we have to just kind of go with that and see what happens.
Okay, so you feel like, and Ben, I'd like to know if you agree, and so with the council, we feel like we've gotten to the end of life of this condemnation. He has repaired the building to a satisfactory position.
I do believe he's gotten to the point where it's satisfactory to live in. I will continue to, monitor the site, but I think he's back up in where he needs to be.
Tina, is there any public comment?
No public comment.
Any further council discussion? This is not an actionable item at this, it's a report, but if someone did want to comment, I think we'd accept it. So do you feel satisfied where we are tonight, Councilman Rocca?
I am, like I said, only because he has done, as Ben has stated, the recommendations. I mean, hopefully this has opened his eyes, so to speak, because he does have multiple properties, which he doesn't take into consideration who he rents to and how he does with the upkeep of his properties. That's why this came up to begin with. And hopefully we can continue to clean up the area. Because like I said, he does have multiple properties, and I wasn't expecting the inside to be habitable. So, I mean, the point we're at, I mean, it is what it is.
So does this need to come back up to the council? I think we're finished with it, right?
The council had introduced the condemnation, but you then gave him a list of repairs that have since been accomplished.
Correct.
So I believe it just dies on the floor at that point. If it had not, you would have to come back to move forward with the condemnation, which was what the council's will was at that time. Give him so many days, work with you, get it done. Councilman Rocca seems to be satisfied at this point, and you can always bring it back if you get to a point where you're not satisfied. And
And Chief, also, I mean, you know the situation on the area in general. I mean, so I just ask that if something comes up, just bring it to our attention, if you don't mind.
Sure, we'll do that. And we'll keep an eye and make sure that he's compliant to everything we need to do as far as on the law enforcement side.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
thank you, Ben, but don't move. The next item is yours. Also, item 6.2, condemnation report of 200 St. DePorce Street, Ms. Sharon Norbert's property. Do you have a report for the council?
Yes, I do. I spoke with Ms. Norbert, and I actually spoke to our architect. They have provided us with a preliminary layout, working on the construction drawings. I actually showed the layout to Councilman Rayburn. It seems to be moving forward in the right process. They will have some hurdles to overcome, trying to make sure the parking spaces fit. The architect is very aware of all that. But I think, once again, they're moving in the right direction, and the progress is going forward. This is gonna be in the Old Town Overlay District, I believe, so it'll be something we'll have to look at, you know, the outside of it. But I think, once again, Councilman Rayburn is happy with where we're moving right now.
Yes, I did see the plans, and I am satisfied with what I've seen. We just need to move on. Just keep going forward. I think it's a great job you're doing.
And I think that's the next step is, they said within the next 2 to 3 weeks, they would have a set of construction drawings to Cooney, the building code official, for him to start the review. They have to go to the fire marshal. So they have some steps they have to go through, but they are moving forward.
So Ben, just to be clear, for the record, the demolition was brought to the state that was agreed upon by the council and the property owner. Walls stayed up, everything else went. So now the next step was bring plans from the architect and get construction started. So you're reporting that we're basically in that position now. You expect plans to come through in the next 30 days or so.
Correct.
And we feel like that is where we are. So, I'll ask for a recommendation by one of our councilmen on what kind of timeline, they would like to give before you come back and do the next report.
Okay.
How much time do you really need?
And I saw some of the blueprint, but I haven't done research on, completing the roof, completing plumbing, electrical. We would have to get to different, companies, entities, get a schedule from them, and their availability is ready to do that. So I couldn't just sit here and give you from the top of my head an answer. But like the mayor gave me a time frame, I could work within that time frame, but I can speculate on something that I haven't done research.
Mrs. Narber, I'm sorry, Councilman.
I would agree with 60 days. Would that do you?
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, please.
So I think that in order to get construction plans together, 60 days to have them submitted to the fire marshal and the building code official, would be significant. They're gonna have some things that's gonna have to go back and forth. I think if they could get them submitted within the 60 days, that would be
How many?
60 days.
So maybe not final approval, but submitted,
Yeah,
is what you're saying?
because they're gonna have to go back and forth. There's gonna be some back and forth. If we can at least get it submitted by then, that gives them time to look at the overlay district that we have and provide, you know, all these people with what they need. I think that would be a reasonable amount of time. According to the architect, he said 3 weeks-ish, 4 weeks. So it could be, you know, if you give them 60 days, that gives them a little bit of leeway.
That'll be fine.
So based on Councilman Rayburn's request, Ben, could you report back to this council in 60 days? So we'll set a time window, make sure you're working with Ms. Norbert and her team to have plans submitted to Ms. Cooney and our building code officials?
Correct, yes. I will.
Okay, we'll leave it up to you to continue to work with Ms. Norbert and keep the council and our office up to speed.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Norbert, thank you.
I'd like to address Ben. Ben, I want to thank you for being on the ball. Saw on the 300 block of West Madison, the
Yes, sir.
Richard House is gone.
Yes, sir. They did complete that.
Consolidated into a dumpster and took him a week, but he did it, and we didn't have to condemn it or nothing. He cooperated fully. And Ben.
Never came to the council for condemnation. They worked with us on that.
Well-needed employee that we've been needing a long time in this town.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ben, you're also part of the next item.
Yes, sir.
You famous
6.3. Speaking of earning your money, here you are. 106 Paper Shell Drive, Cameron Richard, variance request on basic flood elevation for a proposed shed. Do we have a motion to approve?
I move. Second.
So this is set up, Mr. Richard is building a shed, it's about 500 square feet. That triggers, building code inspection to review plans. One of the things that FEMA states, anything with three or more enclosed walls requires it to meet BFE, base flood standards. And the city's requirement is a foot above that. The issue is, and he actually provided me with elevation certificates from an engineer, along with the form board survey, which is in the packet. He's building the house to the back left corner of his house. His home is, the finished floor of his house is at 34.5. Base flood elevation is at 34 in the area. If he were to build the shed to city regulations, he'd have to go to 35. So it would be 6 inches higher than his home. And the water actually drains to the back. The coulee is behind him. So he's requesting that we allow him to put his shed above base flood elevation, but it'll be a little lower than his house. It'll be at 34.2, which is still above FEMA regulations. It just doesn't meet our regulations. He is willing to sign a hold harmless. He has to go through the process. He has provided every other documentation that we need, to ensure that we have the elevations.
And you are making the recommendation to the council that all this makes sense and you think it should be done,
It
correct?
does-
As
it
our
does.
floodplain administrator.
Correct. It does make
Thank you.
sense, and I do think it,
Is there any public comment, Tina?
No public comment.
As long as we ain't responsible.
Question.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
at large.
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
motion carries.
Oscar, we will depend on you and Ben to work together on the whole harmless, please, based on the way that we voted on this item. One announcement before we adjourn, Monday is 4th of July. The city of Broussard is having their annual fireworks show and events at St. Julian Park. Festivities start at 5 o'clock. There'll be a lot to do for families and children. As usual, fireworks are at 9 p.m. that night. Please come out and join us and help celebrate Independence Day in our city. 4 p.m. Sorry, we're giving an extra hour free of charge. 4 p.m. festivities start. Fireworks at 9. Thank you all. Have a great evening. Please drive carefully. Thank you for being with us.